About that. It is Wednesday, midterm week. Tomorrow, we will have a guest speaker. And so it won't just be me. You'll get to see somebody else. I know you enjoy seeing this incredible face every day. Yes. But we will have a guest speaker, so everybody be prepared for that. Reminder, y'all did incredible. I'm so proud of y'all. Everybody getting that daily participation assignment in by 12:30. Woo woo! Big shout out to everybody for making that happen. I was really worried about that switch over. I wasn't real happy about having to put that in, but y'all pulled through. So I am very happy about that because, like I said, I wasn't thrilled about having to put that in, but I did it. You did it. We all came through, pulled together. That's teamwork of a different kind. So thank you for doing that. And so kudos there. Going through reminder when something comes up and it is due on a particular day, the next day I'm going through, I'm putting zeros in for something. So if you see a zero grade, chances are it was listed as to do the day before. The reason why I'm doing that is so you see a current picture of where you are at. I don't want you to get to the end of the week and then all of a sudden your grade goes whew, way down. This way you see where you are. It's to keep you moving, keep you going. You have commitments. You're going to have commitments at work. You're going to have things. The difference is if you're not making those commitments at work, you can be let go. How many people are aware Florida is a right to work state? Show of hands. How many people are aware Florida is a right to work state? Okay. What that means is they don't have to give you a reason to let you go. They can just say, we no longer need you. You can be working, have perfect everything, they can let you go. Okay. So if you have been doing perfect and you don't need a deadline for any reason whatsoever, they can say goodbye. They don't have to give you a reason. You can say, why? What did I do? They don't have to tell you. Okay. So meeting and exceeding deadlines is something that's critical, but in right to work states, they don't have to. But we're going to talk about that. How many people get handbooks when you start to work? Everybody get those handbooks that we never read? There's a reason to read those. And you sign those. How many people had to sign for handbooks? Either you got a physical copy or you got a, yeah. How many people realize you just signed a contract? How many people realize that was a contract you signed? We're going to talk about that in the class, why that's a good thing for you, because that helps you out over that right to work law. Did you know that? How many people knew that that handbook gives you more rights than that right to work law? That's a contract they have to abide by. So we're going to talk about that too. And so how many people feel like they're starting to learn something? They're starting to be able to pull things through and start to see how things are going to come together. Because tomorrow I'm going to show you how these things are starting to fit together and how you are growing. Now, you may not have seen it, but I've already seen it in your work. You're starting to show a little more professional confidence. Okay. So, how many people out there are professionals and not students? You are a professional and you are not a student. Because I'm still seeing it on some papers. I'm a student, but you're a professional. You are a professional. Okay. I want you to stop putting the student unless you're putting, I am, will be graduating, etc. Okay, start taking that student label off. Okay, okay. Let's start doing that. Start referring to yourself because you're going to see yourself elevated. All right. Have to have my coffee here. Notice the bunny, talk to the tail. I do run a 501c charity rabbit rescue. And so I told you I'm deeply ingrained in the rabbit community and animal care in general. Um, so I asked you what is the interview questions you dislike the most? Of course, one of them is still tell me about yourself. Those personal commercials, those elevator commercial or pitches that you're doing, there's your answer. Okay. Look at those, memorize those. Whenever they ask you that, boom, there you go. That is your answer. You never have to struggle with that again. This is why we have you do that. All right. This is the exact reason for that. Everybody understands you will never have to struggle with that question again. You won't have to stumble over. They ask you that. There it is. Okay. How many people have LinkedIn accounts already? Anybody have a LinkedIn account? Couple people. You know that part where you have at the top where it tells about you? That personal commercial goes up there. We're going to create LinkedIn accounts for those of you who don't have them. Some of you may not want to be online. You're going to be online anyway. You're going to put that out there because if you're not online, you're completely irrelevant. When they do a search for you and they find absolutely nothing, you're going to be overlooked. Okay. You can create it with a fake name if you don't want to. Occasionally I have somebody who is former military that has reasons for not being online. You can create a fake account. There are no alternatives to any of the assignments in this course. So you can create a fake account if you absolutely need to, but no LinkedIn will bring people looking for you to hire. But that blurb at the top, put in that elevator pitch. Okay. I told you these things are do it once, use it all the time, right? We're going to use these things. It's not just a class assignment, it's a life assignment. Okay. Everybody got that? You will use these throughout your career. Yes. Everybody understand that. Some people think once you got your first position, you're done. I got my resume. I'm done. I got my job. You're done. Okay. What if you want to move up? You know what they do? Everybody who's interested in the next position, I need your resume. Just because you work there doesn't mean they're not going to ask for your resume again. Those resumes are living documents. Every time you get a new position, add to your resume right then. Okay, how many people are not going to do that honest? They're not going to add to it every time they get a position. I know y'all are out there. Okay, so you know what? Had it happened just yesterday, I asked somebody for a resume. Boom. I said, I think I'm going to need somebody's resume. And then I turned around. I said, yep, they want your resume right now. Within a couple of minutes, they needed their resume. Am I right? Somebody out there knows I'm right. I turned around. I said, I need your resume right then. Yep. Within minutes. Now, if you haven't updated and I needed your resume within minutes and you didn't have it, guess what? Opportunity gone. How many people are willing to say, I'm sorry, I don't want to move up. I don't want money. I don't want job opportunity because you know what? I had a TikTok video to watch instead of updating my resume. Think about that. Go in every time you get a position, type in one line stating where you're working now. Okay? People, this is your life, your career. This is something I tell people. I want you to go home, tell the person in your life, your family, or whatever, and say, you know what? If opportunity comes up to better ourselves, I'm not going to take it because I want to do something else. How many people are not willing to have that conversation with the people in their families right now? You're not willing to do that, but yet you just told me you will not update that resume. So think about those sides of it. That's what you're giving up when we don't do these things. Now, do I do these things all the time? No, I don't. I don't. And then you know what? It kicks me in the butt. So I try to be more vigilant and I may not do it immediately, but I do it shortly after. So let's all learn from these things. All right. So we're going to try. Can I get a commitment that we're all going to try? Because we always want to improve, even if we don't have perfection. All right. So let's try. Okay, so we're going to try to update those. So that was one thing is that. The other thing is somebody mentioned they want to know what your hard and soft skills are and things like that. And how many people feel uncomfortable talking about themselves? They either feel like they're bragging or along those lines. Show of hands, who feels like they're bragging on stuff like that and you feel kind of uncomfortable? Okay, this is a common feeling. That's why I'm glad somebody had mentioned this. And so there's the difference between being arrogant and someone who is a subject matter expert. Okay. Someone who's arrogant talks the talk, but they can't walk the walk. Okay. Everybody's heard that phrase, right? Talk the talk, but can't walk the walk. Okay. Never oversell yourself. But if you know it, it's okay to say, these are the things I know. Lift yourself up and say, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know this. It's not arrogance, it is fact. Okay? That person wants to know what you know. They're going to pay you for what you know. You have value and you deserve these things. I want you to hear that. You deserve these things. You have worked for them. This is why you are here. Let yourself have what you deserve. It's okay. You are allowed to have what you worked for. And all these things that you can do, you have worked for them. So let the rewards of that come to you, but they won't know you have them until you let them know what you've got. All right. So let's work on that. So when I asked you what were your top 3 hard skills and your top 3 soft skills, this is why. Okay. So can I get a commitment here? You will start to practice saying what your skills are to yourself or into a phone, something. List your skills. It's very important you know specifically what those skills are and break them up, because when we did those, what is your worst interviews? Somebody very specifically was asked to define what their hard and soft skills were. Is anybody still confused on that? And I'm not trying to embarrass you. Is anybody still confused what the difference between the hard and soft skills are? Anybody have any confusion? Your hard skills, those are the ones very unique and specific to your career. The soft skills are the ones that go from career to career. Those are more like your people skills, you know, the ones that allow you to work with others, those type of skills. Okay, your math skills, your reading skills, your communication skills. But your hard skills, that would be like what you do specifically as a welder or as a vet tech or as an electrician. So everybody, I want you to let me know. You're going to try to get used to saying, I have these skills. It's okay to do this. You have these skills. So I want y'all to work on this. So I need a commitment from y'all because this is very key to let you know you are a professional with these skills. All right. Richard? Yes. Watching you. Yes. Ivan? Yes. Amar? Yes. Bruce? Yes. All right. Pardon me for that. Um, it's real important. We need to build ourselves up because we are torn down day after day after day. So let's build those things up. Okay. And then another one. Why should I hire you? Okay. Now, this is kind of a confusing thing. Why should I hire you? Go back to that personal commercial, okay? That answers that. Why should I hire you? Boom, boom, boom. It's the same thing. Tell me about yourself. Why should I hire you? Boom, boom, boom. Same response. Everybody see how that fits right in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Why do you want this job? How many people hate that question? Why do you want this job? Okay. Now we all know we want money. Okay. Because right now I got Dollar Tree, buck, but I got Gucci taste. I'm a little bougie. Who isn't? I want those gold-plated digital escargot forks, that I've been seeing on Wayfair advertised. Who doesn't want that stuff? You know? But instead I'm ordering from Temu. I want the good stuff. That's why we want those jobs, right? Who wants money? Who wants to have it a little bit easier when they have to go and they're too? Every one of you should be lighting up, or you guys are millionaires. Listener, you want money or are you set for life? Stephen, you want money? I should be seeing responses from you, or I'm assuming you guys have walked away. Okay, Stephen Steinberg, you there? Hello? Hey, Gail, money? Richard, money? Ivan, money? Victoria, money? Kylie, money? Stephen, back to you. You still want money? Okay, I was just about to kick you off the session there. Glad you woke up. All right. Okay. Yeah, I can bump people off, make them log back in. All right. Okay, so we all want money. So that's not the answer that they want to hear. So remember, you're supposed to research companies, right? Everybody remember that. You're supposed to research a company before you go, right? This is why. When they say, why do you want to work here? Well, I've checked out your company and I've noticed that you've grown over the past few years. I think I would be a great fit here because I have the same ambitions as your company does. Boom. So now what does that tell them? I've checked you out. I've seen what you're doing. I'm going to be a part of it. Okay. I've noticed you've expanded over the past 5 years. I'm looking for a company that grows. Do you see how these answers I got from their website? I'm more interested in them than the next person. I've got direct information about them and I'm throwing it back at them. Does everybody see this? This is why you research them. I've noticed you've had record profits the last 5 years. So when I become part of your team, what do you see me doing in the next 5 years? How about that? How many people hate that next 5 years question? I hate that. How many people hate that? So what did I just do to them? When I become part of your team, what do you see me doing in the next 5 years? I just took that question away from them because I don't want them asking me that question. I just stole it from them. When I become part of your team, what do you see me doing for you in the next 5 years? Boom. I just took one of the worst questions off the table, so I don't have to answer it. Now they have to answer it for me. You're going to hire me, and what am I doing for the next 5 years? See how we turn the tables? This is how you control the interview. Did everybody see that quick switch right there? When he asked me a question, I responded. I told him he's going to hire me. And then I said, what are your plans for me in the next 5 years? I want to guarantee I'm going to be there for 5 years. And what are you going to do with me? One sentence. Take control. Not in a rude way. I did it in such a way that he thinks or she thinks that they came up with it. Excuse me. So now do you see why we research? And do you see the difference between going into an interview unprepared and prepared? Okay. I prepare a lot of people for interviews. When people come in and they sit down and they say, I go to interviews and I get nothing, da, 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 da. I'm a tough interviewer. You come in and you tell me things like, I'm good at this. Okay, next. As soon as you start using words, I'm good at this. I can use machines. I can do. You start talking with generalizations, I end the interview right then. Boom, next. This will happen to people, okay? It's the cold, hard truth. I can sit here and sugarcoat it and be nice. Learn to describe yourself. Learn to tell what you have. It's okay. You are that good. You have these skills. And I need you to realize that. This is something I tell everyone here, and I want you to know this. I believe in you. I need you to believe in yourself because sometimes that's the hardest thing is believing in yourself. Okay. So I need that commitment. It's full of commitments today. Don't worry, we're not getting married after this. All right. I need you to believe in yourself. And part of that is know your skills, know how to describe you, and believe in yourself. Yes, yes. We all got that? All right. This is how we start turning the tables in this interview. All right. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start our share here. And by share, I am not getting into that little outfit and turning back time because all it would do is turn stomachs. All right. So here we go. We are sharing this screen. Now look like a student here. Anybody ever go down to Miami? I got any Miami fans down here? I go down to Miami. I've lived down there for many, many years. I'm going down there this weekend. I'm going down to see a pit bull, not as in the animal. Anybody know the singer Pitbull? Performer Pitbull, little short guy, bald, shorter than me. Yeah, gonna go visit him. He's a nice guy. And so if you ever get a chance to meet him, gonna be hanging out with him for a little bit this weekend. No joke. You meet a lot of interesting people in animal care, meet a lot of celebrities. Did the show Ballers with uh oh gosh, The Rock. I couldn't think of his name. Very nice guy. He gets upset when you hand him alligators and take off running. By the way, so if you meet him, don't hand him alligators. He gets a little bit upset. So lots of fun there. So here we go. We are all the way down here in Wednesday. So everybody's got their person interviewed. I hope. I expect to see some incredible interviews in here. You're going to click that start assignment button. You're going to come down here once you do that and click that. You're going to click text. You're going to put it in here. If you do your interview in Word, you would click File Upload. Click that upload button and you can upload a Word document if you prefer to do that. Okay. So you can do that. You could actually even put in a video if you'd rather do a video upload of your interview. Now, those interviews, you can conduct them, live front of the person. You can do it by phone. You can do it by text, as long as you get the information. The ones that have been turned in so far have been absolutely incredible. So the bar has been raised high for what I'm expecting to see from everybody. All right. So you can do that. Find out the whole truth about what it's like when people are in these fields. Okay. Find out what it was like when they started, what they like, what they don't like, what really happens. Those of you in the vet field, there are a lot of ways to go about this. What happens when you have to, be there when that person encounters end of life with someone's pet? How do you deal with that? What do you do with the long hours, uh, you know, that you weren't expecting? You're ready to walk out that door and an emergency comes in. What do you do as an electrician if you're a lineman and during storms, things like that? Find these things out. So that's going to be there. Tomorrow, it's going to be a different type of lecture. We're going to have a guest speaker, so that's going to be turned over. I got a different type of slideshow for you. So it's going to be a whole different presentation. And then your signed resume. Most of you will have had your resume session. You'll click Start Assignment, and then you'll upload your file there with that signature on that resume. No signature, the resume won't be accepted. I gotta have that signature. So you can upload that there. And so if you haven't had your resume session, I understand that. I've got the date, you've got that scheduled, so that's okay. Even though something may say late, you're not going to get late points taken off. And if it goes beyond Sunday, I'll put it in an automatic extension for you. Okay, everybody got that? Okay, hold on one second. Somebody is running a chainsaw somewhere. So I'm going to shut a window. So one second. Not sure what they're chainsawing. I do live by a preserve, so we have a lot of trees here, but they can't cut those. That's why if you hear that I have a hawk or something outside my window, it's not uncommon. I have hawks outside my window and I have alligators outside my window here. I haven't seen my alligators yet this morning. I'm not sure where they are. I'm sure they're enjoying the day. All right. So then, of course, the other thing that we have is the midterm. If you go into the midterm, it tells you which chapters are here. And of course, if you've noticed, there's been things that say reading assignments, 25 questions, 4 points each. You'll click take the quiz. Now, don't just go into the quiz and think you're going to look around and come back out. That will use your chance to take the quiz. Okay, so please don't go in here, think you're going to look around and then come back out. For one thing, the questions are random. So you can help each other. It's an open book. I don't have issues with that. The whole idea of the class is to learn. Okay, so if you're helping each other, you are learning. It does keep track of the time over here, but it's not time uh, sensitive as far as you can take all the time you want. Okay, everybody remembers there's a help guide on that big red help button. Yes, yes, everybody remembers that. You have that help there. All right, so you know you got help. Questions are mostly multiple choice. There are some short answers where you fill these in. So this is why I tell you when you finish this, your grade's going to be at its lowest point. I have to manually grade these. I also go through because some of these multiple choice, depending on our region here, some of the answers might not be completely relevant to us. Like it may ask, what's a suitable, outfit for an interview? Well, a three-piece out suit is not suitable for Florida. Business casual is. So if for any reason that was a multiple choice question and you chose business casual and it said it was wrong, I will change that, make it correct, and you will get the points. Everybody understand that? So your lowest grade will be right after you do this, and then I will come through, I will update it, and I will put your grade in. Also, anybody that did that 5-point bonus assignment last week, that will have to be added in here as well. And I will say bonus points added in the comment. If you did not do that bonus assignment last week, it's too late. Should have did it then. That 5 points is a lot to have added on to your score. Like I said, each question's 4 points. There are some that go along here that match. Do not leave any question unanswered. Okay. If it's fill in the blank, especially, try. Okay. Now, Googling answers. If you Google, be careful because some of the answers you're going to get don't relate to this class. It may be a definition for the word, but not in relation to the class. And we know when you Google those because we get those same wrong answers. Class after class after class. It's like, this is not the right answer for the class. The other thing is we've had some cruel people go out there and they put purposely wrong answers and then they hit that wrong answer over and over and over. So when you Google that question, you're going to see a wrong answer. And because people keep selecting that wrong answer, that's the one that keeps coming up and people keep choosing it month after month. So please use the study guide. If you Google, be very careful. I don't want you to miss a question because some people find it very funny to do that to other students. All right, everybody got that? That some of these Google answers you're going to get are going to be incorrect and you're going to miss them. Use the study guide. All right, that's why it's there, folks. All right. So this is open. You can begin it early. Some of classes are held on ground. They want y'all to do it all at the same time. Follow what your campus is wanting and do it then. This will close on Sunday. This does not allow for any extensions. So on Sunday at 11:59 p.m., that is it. Monday, do not ask for an extension or reopen on this. You will not get it. All right. Okay, so that takes care of that. And we are ready to begin our presentation. We're going to see how this one goes today. See where it's going to jump around. Okay, it went to the correct screen. That's always a good sign. Now if it'll give me my cord, there we go. Okay, everybody good before we start the presentation? Yes, yes? All right, here we go. Yeah, we got a smiley face, so the pen's working. Oops, I did not want to start it from there. Let me slide on over because we saw the first part. We'll want to go through that again. Up, here we go. That's where we want to start part 2. Okay, so in person, these are the most common interviews. You want to be there 15 minutes. Now, I'll tell you right now on the midterm, it will tell you that some of the questions will be 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And if you answer anything other than 15 minutes, you'll get this incorrect. I changed that. Okay, if you're there longer or more than 15 minutes beforehand, you'll get this question right. Okay. Florida traffic isn't like any other traffic. And you could leave an hour and a half ahead of time and you'll get there an hour and 20 minutes early, or you're going to end up 20 minutes late, especially if you have I-4 in the mix. So anything that is longer than 15 minutes before appointment time, you will get correct on the midterm, just so you know. Make sure you take everything into consideration, traffic, weather, construction, everything. Know where it's going to be done. Verify that address and the building, floor, everything. Okay. Make sure you confirm that with the person you're talking to. And if possible, go there beforehand, the night before, so you know where it is. All right. Know what to expect there. Okay. Where to park? Do you need a visitor pass? Do they validate parking? Does anybody not know what validate parking means? Some people don't know. I originally didn't know when I moved to St. Louis eons ago. I didn't know what validate parking means. That means they'll stamp your card or punch your card in a way so that your parking is free, in case somebody didn't know. Okay. This will save you a lot of time because you don't want to park in a lot and come out and your car's gone. Okay. So find out exactly where you can and cannot park. Some will do a virtual interview, maybe for the first time as well. And the good thing is you don't have to commute, but make sure there is nothing in your background that's going to cause issues. Make sure that you have a pretty clear background. Try to have like an empty wall, curtains, or something behind you so that it's not distracting. You could have problems. Maybe your internet's not working good. You need to have a camera and utilize it. People want to see you. Like right now, nobody wants to be on camera. But if we were in the room, would you put a bag over your face? Why is everybody afraid of the camera? Okay. But yet we'll take tons of selfies. So what gives here? Why is everybody afraid of the camera when it comes to being online? Because we are told, oh, you're online, ooh, scary, scary, like, something's going to happen, like your face will explode, or, terrible, terrible things. But yet we focus so much on people being in the spotlight till it comes to us. You're okay. We're all pretty here. We can all go on camera. Okay. The other thing is you could have internet issues, things like that. You need to make sure everything is working well before you go online. Okay. Make sure you have all your documents ready to go in case they ask for them. Okay. Make sure you have all your resumes, everything, and you've emailed them before. Okay. All these things that they may need before the interview. I recommend that you have them ready to go in an email, ready to send in case they can't find them, and you just click send. Okay? How many people have been somewhere and they can't find an email? I can't find my email. I'm looking for it. I can't find. Have one with their address, everything in it, all the attachments, and all you have to do is click send. And they say, I'm looking for this and I will send it to you. Click send, boom, it goes. Never keep them looking for something. Okay. Now, I had one of the worst phone interviews ever. It was a robocall. They had me call into a number. It would ask in a robotic voice the question. I had to give the answer, press a button to go to the next one. After like 15 questions, I just hung up. I was like, you can't even talk to me on a phone. What's it going to be like working for you? If I come up to ask you a question, are you going to say press 1 to continue? No, 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 no. But a typical phone interview will be just like we're doing now, talking on a phone though. Okay. So when you're talking, again, sit up, just like you're face to face. Have a mirror, if possible, in front of you so that you get what you look like when you're talking to them. Smile. Remember that smile? You can hear it in your voice. You're all going to repeat that over and over. It makes a difference in how you sound and how you portray yourself. Have your resume, everything in front of you, because if they say right here on your resume, it says this, you need to be able to look at that and have something to write with, okay? And make sure everything is silent in that area. You don't want to have pets and animals running around. Occasionally, I have to kick my birds out. They're being quiet back here, checking on them. Sometimes my gray, if he's being too quiet, that means he's found something to tear apart. Okay, so video interviews. If they ask you to use Zoom, Teams, Skype, actually Skype's going away. They're eliminating it, in case you didn't know. Make sure you have that software already loaded and updated. Okay, Zoom's real bad about you get ready to use it, and all of a sudden you have to update it. Okay, make sure you have a camera and a microphone, and your internet's working. Okay, everything updated. All right. Now, how many people realize there's really only 3 types of questions that they can ask you? And so, hold on 1 second. Three types of questions is what they break it down into. Sorry about that. Neighbors making some noise over there. Okay, so these are the questions. General information, and you're going to have behavioral and stress questions. And that stress question is exactly the ones y'all typically don't like. And they're there for that, to cause you stress. So these are your general information ones. Okay, look at this one. Tell me about yourself. Uh-oh. What jobs have you held? Now, this one, a lot of people don't want to answer this one because they think, well, I don't have experience in that. How many people have done that? I don't really want to tell you about that job because it has nothing to do with this one. Have you ever done that? Okay, remember those transferable skills. Okay, well, I worked at McDonald's. That has nothing to do with that. Oh, yeah, it does. You've worked with difficult people. You've worked fast pace. You have these transferable skills. Remember those, okay? You may not think about that, but you have transferable skills that the interviewer is noticing in those. There's that other one. What interested you most about this position? Well, I was on your website. I did research on your company. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, that's how you get about that. Why do you want to work for this company? I noticed that your company ethics align with mine, and I could see us working together. Boom. Notice you're trying to make yourself as much like them. Weism. It's us. I'm with you. We are one. Do you see how I'm doing that alignment? If you are already part of them, they want you. You are pushing yourself in. Okay. What is your major strength? How many people could answer that? If I said, what is your major strength related to your career? Remember, when they're asking these questions, they don't care about your home life unless they specifically say so. They don't want to know what you do. They want to know what you bring. Okay. What is your major strength? One person responded. Nobody else knows what your major strength is? Okay. Interview over. Oh, there you go. Anybody who doesn't respond, interview over. Next. Kind of think of an interview as a way to knock people out of the running and keep the good ones. And you narrow it down. I'm going to bring 50 people in. Out of that, I'm going to knock out 40. So as I'm going through, as soon as I find a reason to get rid of you, boom, you're gone. Boom, you're gone. Boom, you're gone. Boom, you're gone. And when I'm finished, it's like, okay, I've got 12 people. Out of these, What two can I knock out? Boom, those are gone. Bring in the 10 back. Okay. Finding flaws. So think about your major strength. If I had you pick up one, remember we wrote that brand statement, one sentence, right? One sentence to describe you. How many people remember that? We just did this a short time ago, that brand statement. What is your major strength? That would probably be in that brand statement. See how these things start to roll together. Everything falls in place. We're not doing these things just for fun, not for grins and giggles. They fall in place. Are you comfortable with technology? Do not say I hate computers. Okay? How many people do hate computers? I'm sure some of you do. Okay? You hate computers? Okay, throw away your phones. Don't go through drive-throughs. Can't use your televisions anymore. Most of you can't drive your cars. Don't use GPS. Don't see a doctor. Those are all computers. What we don't like is certain ones and being told to use them. Change our thinking. Embrace technology and figure out how to use it in the ways we need to. That's what we need to do. What we do is we look at it as a way of, I don't like it because I don't understand it. That's fair, okay? Learn to use it for what you need to use it for. If you don't need to use it, that's okay. But don't say I hate them. Say I don't have a need to use it. Do you see how that perspective's a little bit different? That one makes you sound better. I don't have a need to use one, but if I did, I could. Okay. Now, how you could use it, I can turn it on. I could set my drink on it to keep it warm. That's up to you. But try to get away from saying that your computer hated because that's very much a boomer thing. And I don't care how old you are, I'm going to throw you and call you a boomer. You could be a very young boomer. And you'll be starting to yell at people, get out of my yard. Trust me, I live in an older community. Nobody goes in anybody's yard. All right, behavioral questions. Okay, these are going to talk about your previous experiences. Okay, now these kind of bother people. Describe a time when you missed an opportunity to provide the best possible service to a customer. Now, people don't like these things because these kind of go along with what's your biggest weakness? How many people hate that question? What's your biggest weakness? They think that's a bad thing. Okay. What's your biggest weakness? My biggest weakness is I like to dedicate so much time to the company that sometimes I miss out on my personal life. Oop, how about that? I'm going to be so dedicated to you, I'm going to sacrifice myself. Oop, I know that sounds a little butt kissy, don't it? But you see that sometimes I spend too much time perfecting things. That's a weakness, a little OCD. So you look at what your biggest weakness is, it doesn't necessarily have to be as bad as some people might think, you know? My biggest weakness is sometimes I like to help people too much and they become reliant on me. Do you see how some of these weaknesses that you may have might not be a real bad issue? So think about the things that you do. And again, plan these. Because if you're walking in cold, you know, you may say things like, when I get really aggravated with my coworkers, I may try to strangle them. Okay, that's a warning flag for most employers. If you're telling me that you get angry at your fellow employees and you might strangle them, that's a warning flag for most people, wouldn't you say? But the other ones, think about that and try to make them a positive out of a negative. Again, you're flipping this. So describe a time when you missed an opportunity. I was in the vet clinic. I'm waiting on a client, trying to get them a prescription diet for their pet. Another client comes in. I continue to wait on this person who was being very picky. What I should have said, I'll be right back. Went over to the second client, said, I'm currently waiting on somebody. I'll be with you in a minute, and went back to the first one. But I didn't. I stayed with the first one because they were being so picky. Missed opportunity. Not a bad situation, but could have been better. Does everybody see how something so simple, it wasn't a bad thing, but could have been better? Always room for improvement. Okay. Describe a situation where you need to be creative in order to help a customer with a problem. This case, customer happened to be a broad-wing hawk. Broad-wing hawk had an injury on its chest, and we had to stitch it up, and it wanted to pick at it. Well, you can't put a collar typically on a broad-wing hawk. They will rip it to shreds. So how many people know what a compact disc is, a CD? I know some of y'all are young, but these were discs that we used to play music on, okay? We took one of those, we cut the hole in the center a little bit bigger, we stuck the bird's head through it. Bird couldn't chew through that compact disc. So we had a bird sitting there in the display cage with a CD around its neck with the little rainbows reflecting everywhere when the light hit it, but it did the trick. Very creative situation. Solved the problem. Once the bird healed, we took the disc off its neck. So that's how we solved it. So think about situations that you can bring to the table because that's what they want, real life situation. So go back to those jobs, no matter where they were, and think about situation. Now, these two things, hypothetical and blue sky, okay? Has anybody ever heard of a blue sky idea? Out of the blue sky. Anybody ever heard that term? Okay. Blue sky and hypothetical questions sound similar, but there is a difference. Hypothetical is an imagined situation and how you're going to react to it. Okay. The difference between it and blue sky, hypothetical is relatable to your job, relatable to the career. Blue sky could be anything. Okay. Hypothetical would be, okay, if you're an electrician and I tell you, I need this house rewired, how long would it take you to rewire? That's hypothetical. Blue sky is you're an electrician and this house needs to be rewired. What color car should I buy? Okay, what's that got to do with anything? Absolutely nothing. It throws you off. It's not related to your job duties, but they want to know an answer. That's the difference. They're throwing you off because they're not going to hit you with something else. They're purposely throwing you off to try to come back to something to see how you react. Okay, everybody understand the difference between hypothetical and blue sky. Blue sky is like, where did you come up with that? Hypothetical is a situation they make up relatable to your question. Now, there's illegal questions, and these are out there. They can't ask you about your age. They can't ask you about a disability, your ethnicity or origin. They can't ask you what gender you are, your marital or family status, or your religion. It is okay for you to decline. Now, you may not be hired, but it is okay to decline. They cannot ask about these. Okay, Sexual orientation is not in here. It is not legally protected at a federal level. Some states or some counties, etc., may protect that, but right now at a federal level, it is not a protected class. Okay? This is truth and has been truth for years. Okay? It has never been changed. Okay? So everybody who's up in arms over the media about DEI, woke, etc., this has never been changed. Okay? Everybody got that? So in that class, we have to speak truth, 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 not what is out in the media. Got it? All right. Okay. Questions to ask. How many people ask actual questions during an interview? Okay. People who ask questions have a much higher chance of being asked for a second interview or being hired. Okay. If they ask you if you have questions, you say, nope, I think I've got it. Your chances of a callback are much, much lower. Not saying that you won't, but it's much, much lower. So who does it report to? What are the working hours? What's the company culture? Okay. Does it support professional development, education, do things like that? How will I be evaluated? Okay. I like to do questions like, once I'm in my position, who will I be reporting to? Notice the difference then between my question and this one. To whom does it report to? Once I'm in my position. So I'm telling you again, you're hiring me and I'll be in my position. Once I'm in my position, not who does it this position report to. Notice the difference in wording. Wording is key here. You need to take control. Miss Jackson demands that, okay? Those of you who know Janet, take control, okay? Once I'm in my position, will I be able to qualify for additional training, educational opportunities? Is that reimbursable? How does that work? How will I continue learning opportunities? Okay, so again, I'm telling you, once I'm in there, how will I do this? Okay, always tell them how I'm going to do this. The other thing is use what we call a signal phrase. Has anybody ever heard of a signal phrase? Okay, a signal phrase lets them know that you were listening, okay? And it gives them some. Start off by signaling. You mentioned that I'll be working from here to here. Okay, so they may have said the working shift is from this to this and say, you mentioned that the shift runs from this to this. Is that correct? Now you heard it, you know it, but you want to let them know that you heard it. So you mentioned that. That is a signal. I'm telling you, I listened, I'm verifying. You referred to blah, blah, blah. I noted that you said, does everybody understand? Those are signals. Those are why they're called signal phrases. You're actually telling them, I listened. I'm repeating it back to let you know I'm here on the same page. Those are key. Those are critical. This is active listening. Things you do not ask. What is the salary? How many people have made that mistake? You don't ask this. Fess up. Now, how many get that horrible question? What are you looking for in ranges of salary? Get that question? And you know what you say? I expect to be compensated for my skill level and the pay scale that's to be expected for this position. I don't give them a dollar amount, because if I give them this dollar amount and they were willing to pay up to here, I cut my throat. So I tell them I want them to pay based on my skills and what's to be expected of the position. Everybody understand that? Because if the position is supposed to pay here, give me that. Because I've already researched, I know what I should get paid. Now, if you tell me that you're going to pay here, I'm going to say, I need this. Okay. And then if you come up to here, I might come in somewhere above here. Your pay is going to be negotiable. So you're going to have to do this. You don't just say, okay, unless they give you an unbelievable amount or something you're happy with, but you get to negotiate this dollar amount. Everybody got that? You get to negotiate that. And then when they offer you things, I want you to learn a very, very important word. Okay? Everybody ready for this word? I'm not going to tell you this top secret word unless I get a lot of emojis here. I need to see those things fly. Because if you don't want benefits and things, you need to learn this word. Whenever somebody offers you something, say this word. Okay? This one right here. Say and they will give you stuff. It's magic. And then when they tell you what else they're going to give you, you're going to say and they will give you more. And then when they give you more, you say and you keep repeating this. And I know it sounds stupid, but it works. And you repeat until they just say, and that's all I can offer. Okay, everybody understand the power of that word? It works. It works in so many places. How many people have ever had something horrible go wrong in a restaurant? And they say, and we'll give you your money back on this, right? And I say, and they say, and we'll give you a gift card. And I say, and we'll give you this. And I say, and I just keep doing it until they stop. I had a delivery go wrong with Best Buy. And they said, well, we'll give you your delivery free. And I said, and it was for a washer. And I said, and they said, well, we can give you a discount on it. And so they gave me a 25% discount on it. And I said, and they said, well, we can give you a gift card too. And I said, and they said, well, would $50 be okay? I said, and they said, well, what about 100? And I said, and I got a $250 gift card. I got the discount and I got the free delivery. All because I said, and. I didn't ask for anything. All I said was, and. They gave it to me. Learn the power of words. Words mean everything. All right? Okay. Don't ask how many candidates you'll interview. Don't ask if you can come back. Don't ask them what they think about you. And never ask if they're going to hire you. All right? The dollar amount, they will bring that up or you negotiate that when they give you an offer to hire. Okay? Now, begin with preparation. Okay? Work on those questions so you have the answers. Practice in front of a mirror. Now we use a phone as well. Mock interviews. Everybody get those mock interviews scheduled? If not, get them scheduled. Best times are going fast. The quicker you get them in or scheduled, the better times you have available. Okay? Work on those. Night before the interview, have all your clothes ready. Don't wait till the day up. Okay? Iron them if you need them. Okay? Make sure you have everything, all your copies. Remember, multiple copies of everything ready to go by the door wherever you need. Know where you're going. Plan to arrive at least 15 minutes early. Sleep, you're going to need it. All right? Okay. Now, here's a question. I want you to think about this because I'm going to have somebody who's not going to follow the rules. I want to know 3 things you are looking for in a company or your career, but don't list money. And don't think you're being clever by saying, well, money's going to be part of it. No, these are the instructions. Money is not in here. So I want you to think about what you need out of that company other than money. Money's a given. When you're looking for a job, money is a given. But there's got to be more to it. Think about what you are needing out of them other than that money. Because remember, all these pieces fall together, and there's a very specific reason for asking them and asking you, what does it take? You need more than money. All right? So think about what they can offer you and what you need. All right. So we will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Are there any questions? Everybody's good? All right. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Y'all have a great day and get the answers in, and we'll see what y'all are looking for in those companies. Have an awesome day.